Hello, good morning. This is Olivia. Well, I'm Olivia, and this is Tarot and Coffee with Olivia. Today, I am going to forego the Ram Dass, give you a little break there. Mm. And instead, we're going to read a fifth card that's going to kind of give you a little extra on your cards today because I feel like with just one card, it just doesn't feel like I'm giving enough. I don't know. It just feels like there needs to be just a little bit more description. So I thought a fifth card that would go. This card would go with your card, whichever card you pick. Okay. So let me start by saying hi. I forgot to say how much I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for identifying the cards we're going to use again today. I really love these cards, and I think I might just change over to this deck as my favorite deck. This is called the Universe. Oh shoot, the Universal Tarot, or I think that is the Universal Tarot, or the Universe Tarot, or Tarot, however you want to pronounce that. There are two ways to pronounce it, and the reason I say that is because there are two types of tarot cards readers, those who say tarot and those who say tarot, and I really just kind of go back and forth between the two because that's just the kind of gal I am. So anyway, thank you so much again for all the wonderful interaction, for the comments, for the calls, um, uh, for the bookings. I just really appreciate each and every one of you, and I feel grateful every day. And every new subscriber I get, I feel like I've made a new friend. And so, welcome back, those of you who are coming back, and welcome for the new people. And I guess I should tell you my intention with these when I first started, and now, even as I do it now, is I just wanted to give a gift to the world because I feel like the world is really hurting right now, and I have something to give, and it's all I could think of to give because it's something I do and people enjoy, and giving a little guidance to people for their day. I think that's a nice thing. I don't know. I like it too. Um, so, how to do this? Well, today we're doing it a little different today, but it's still going to be the same as for choosing your card. However, you choose your card, you may already have a method and a way that you do this, and that may very well have to do with, like some of you will pick all the cards, but the way that I set it up is so that you could look at the card topper and then you could pick the card that seems to call to you the most, or you can use your intuition, or you can. I know someone who picks two cards. At any rate, no matter which card you pick today, you will have another card with your reading because that's how we're going to do it last. That's how we're going to do. We're going to do the extra card, and then we're going to do a poem instead of the Ram Dass today. And I think I've. Oh yeah, that's right. Remember, I never want to scare you guys or worry you guys or upset anybody. And when I say guys, I mean guys and gals and all in between and all on the scale. Um, don't worry. Don't be scared. This is just a meditation on how your day is going to go, if your day is just starting, or if you're watching at the end of the day, how your day might have gone. And so it can just be a preview. And if something terrible looks terrible, just think of it as a little warning or as something that you can even change because you are the master of your own universe, except when you're not. And that is when you need to let go and let God, right? Okay. So you can see the car toppers from where you are. I'm going to hold them up for you. We have this little butterfly, and I'm going to tell you what a butterfly symbolizes. A butterfly often has to do with transformation. However, it can also do with angels because of the wings. So, oftentimes, especially with this one, because it looks like an older piece, it reminds me of some grandmother energy, grandmother guardian angel energy. And because it has pearls, I think about June, but I also think about grandmothers. And the happy cat, uh, where, let's get him focused. There he is. Isn't he cute? The happy cat. This little guy came from Japan and he represents travel. He represents friendship because a friend gave it to me when I picked him up from his trip to Japan. And also, he represents good luck, especially in business. And I'm assuming he also represents Japan since he came from there. And then we have this beautiful little marble, or what I like to call a marbleine, because it's not in the shape of a marble. Represents childlike energy, but it also represents, with the rainbow, God's promise, and all of us queers, the whole gamut of us. I'm not even going to say the letters because there's so many of us. You don't have to be queer to choose that card. You're welcome. We're all inclusive here. And yes, we are that inclusive. If you don't know what this is, then you're not a Doctor Who fan. This is a science Dalek. If you don't know who, I mean, if you, yeah, if you know Doctor Who, then you know what that is. And so now's the time to go ahead and pick a card. You can pick by the topper. You can pick however way you want to do that. And then if you need a little bit more time to do that, please go ahead and pause the video and take your time. I've noticed a lot of psychics are asking people to take a big deep breath, which I've done before. For me, sometimes letting out that last sigh just really, I don't know, really takes a lot of the tension out. And it does once you become, once you are managing your breathing or practicing what they call conscious breathing. It really can not just loosen you up, but it can help with your intuition because it kind of gets your brain working. It gets oxygen to your brain and your heart. All right, y'all ready? Because I'm ready for this. We're gonna turn over the Dalek card, and why not? We shall put him right here. We're gonna move Hello Kitty over to there. Whoops, she fell. The devil. The devil Ooch. The devil Ouch. That's the devil. Why do you have that card today? I will tell you. Don't be scared. I mean, I know it's scary. Look. That's the scariest. That's not even the cute, good looking devil, you know, the one that's the prince of the rising sun. No, 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 no. This is the ugly, scary, horned, winged, goat legged with claws, and people chained up slaves. He's making them do stuff. So, you know, when people say the devil made me do it, they're talking about this kind of behavior here. Okay, so here's the thing. Why do you have the devil card? There are two major things that I think of when I see the devil card. One is addiction. The other is confusion. There are other things I think of course, like, for instance, the devil made me do it, the devil may care. That kind of attitude that, not the good can't stop, won't stop attitude when you're working out, but the can't stop, won't stop attitude when you're partying. Too much, I guess. I like partying. I don't even need alcohol or drugs to party, um, but yeah, this card has a whole lot to do. Is there no? Yeah, a whole lot to do with addiction. So if you have this card today, like I said, you don't need to be afraid of it, especially if it's at the beginning of the day or the end of the day. It just kind of means that maybe you're gonna be tempted. I don't know if you've ever had one of those days, like say you're trying to give up you're gonna slow down on drinking beer, and you just love beer. Um, and one day you're like, okay, today I'm not gonna have a beer, or I'm not gonna have a beer this week. And then all week long, people are inviting you over to hang out and drink. It's like gonna be that kind of day for you, you know. Um, and if you don't feel like you have any addictions, I would suggest to look places other than drugs. Some of us are adrenaline junkies. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but man, that can be a wild ride. Um, yeah, I guess if you have this card today, I would just say kind of just be careful. And if you've made promises to yourself, especially, try to keep those promises. Um, just just gird up, you know, gird your loins, put on your balance balance yourself. Read some inspirational reading. Um, Meditate. Take a walk in nature before you have to. Maybe you'll meet your temptation in nature. I don't know. Yeah, just be careful. That's all. You don't have to be scared of it. That's why I put the Dalek on top of them. I usually don't match the card toppers with the cards. In fact, I didn't with the rest of the cards, as far as I know. I just put the Dalek with the devil because I thought that was funny. Um, Now we're gonna move on to your beautiful. I love this marble. It's so beautiful. This marble, and we're gonna turn over your card, and we'll talk about your day today. All right. So that is the King of Cups, also known as the King of Hearts. He's a very fatherly figure, and he is the guardian of the chalice in this picture. It looks like we have the ocean behind him. That's because he's pretty intuitive and psychic. He's really in tune with that. All the hearts are. Um, in tune with their psychic self or their intuitive self. It's a feminine side um, of this masculine card. Um, so he's also a diplomat. He's also, well, he's a king. So, you know, anything that you think about a king, he's powerful. Um, for this king in particular, he's a good communicator and a good listener. I think of him. I think he's associated with Cancer the Crab as well. Um, Sometimes he has a little baggage with him. He's carrying some baggage with him. That's because he loves so big with all his heart and gets hurt so bad sometimes. If this is your card today, I would just say be aware of your power. Um, Especially be aware of the power of friendship and love because this is your guy here. Um, See if you can be a mediator if it's needed. Not maybe not. If you happen to be talented in that direction and you know it, that may come up today. So yeah, if you have this card, I would say it's a very positive card. It's something to look forward to. Realize your power, especially the power of love. And now we're gonna pull over hat put. I always say pull over. I feel like I should be saying um, turn over. But then that reminds me of, you know, a pie, a turnover pie, and then I get hungry. So there we go. All right. So if you picked the happy cat, your card is the Knight of Cups. It's interesting that we have the King and the Knight here, both together. Of course, the Knight is a knight rather than a king. He represents more of a romantic love. He's a really very sweet. He's very nonviolent too. This knight, um, when you're seeing this knight, I would say he and the king are very protective. Um, very protective of those that they love. Um, Very sensitive. This guy is a very sensitive, kind of a ladies' man. If you have this card today, I would say take somebody flowers. Do something romantic for someone, even if it's yourself. Like, I'm serious about that. Um, there have been times when I was single and it was really nice. I mean, I felt really cherished when I did things for myself, like buy myself some flowers and make myself a dinner while the kids are at their dad's or something like that. Uh, so yeah, I would say pamper yourself today or pamper someone you love or both. And now we're gonna turn over the final, not the final card, but the final pick here and talk about that. La Papesa, Lady Pope, High Priestess. There she is in all her glory. Um, she happened to be drawn upside down today. There she is. She has the Torah in her hand. I want to say Boaz and Joachim. Joaquin. Boaz and Joaquin. That's what those poles represent. But I can't remember who they are. Ugh. I looked that up and I know all about it, but I'm not going to be able to tell you. I think what you're seeing here is me getting goofy. Okay, let me just think here. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to pause and think about the High Priestess card. She's feeling very chilly today, very cold. She is very vitally tapped in to the knowledge of the universe. She is a powerful spiritual woman. Um, if you have this card today, know that she's on your side. That you can utilize her and you can tap into that secret knowledge as well. It's not all secret. It is knowledge though, and some of it is secret. Um, Trust your instincts when you have her today. Think about what you dreamed about last night and what she might be trying to tell you. She's very influential, and if you're her today, what I would say is remember the little people. Not everybody has the same maturity or the same callings or the same energy that you have. So with this card, I would say definitely trust your intuition, but also be aware of the little people around you or the younger people, even if they're not younger in age. I would say be very careful not to discount them. I'm saying that because I do believe when I drew her upside down. And so we read some of the, I guess what you might say, the darker parts of the card. And now we're going to turn over the final card that will kind of go with your card. La Mage. The Mage, the Magician. The Magician is everything you think of when you hear magician. He is super resourceful. Um, he also, I mean, just think of a magical being. You are a magical being. And what the magician is saying to you today, let me pull him forward. I'm kind of want y'all to be able to see all the cards at once here, and I think you can. Okay, so the magician in regard to the devil. Well, honestly, this is kind of you have the resources, you have the power. Be careful No, that's with the devil. You have the power. You have the power to see where he's trying to confuse things. You have the magic that you need. You have. Here I'm pausing again. Basically, you have what it takes to defeat the devil. And as the king, as the magician king, that's a very powerful position that you are in, and that's a very exciting thing because you are able to do magic. And when I say magic, I mean using your intuition, doing things that seem a little bit not what everybody else is doing, a little bit differently, and finding just the right fit. You have the tools that you need to do what you need to do. And with the Knight of Cups as the magician, man, you have the power to get flowers out of nowhere for that special someone. The magician is someone who can he can throw the bones, he can read the cards, he can under the full moon he has more power, which we're just going into the waxing moon now. We had an eclipse last night of the full moon, and now the moon is going to be starting to wane. um, so even with the magical priestess, with the mage, just imagine what kind of magical work that they can do together. It looks like they're kind of cut off here. So I would say today is a really big opportunity if you were the high priestess, especially to be able to get some psychic work done or emotional work, even. Emotions and psychic are not the same thing, but they're very closely, uh, they're a lot alike in the way that you do work with them. Um, so this looks like a really good reading for everybody. And there's one more thing I want to do before I end, and that is a poem by E. E. Cummings that I wasn't able to read entirety in story time. It's called Hist Whist. Hist whist, little ghostlings, tiptoe, twinkle toe, little twitchy witches and tingling goblins. Hob a nob, hob a nob. Little hoppy, happy toad in tweeds, tweeds, little itchy mousies, with scuttling eyes, rustle and run, and hide, 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 whisk, whisk. Look out for the old woman with the wart on her nose, what she'll do to your nobody knows, for she knows the devil, ooch, the devil, ouch, the devil, ach, the great green dancing devil, 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 devil. Whee! It's a cool little Halloween poem, and since we have the devil card today, that kept coming up. Ooch, och, each. Don't be scared. Overcome. You guys have the magician. Everybody's gonna have a good day. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys being here.